managed traveling Shakespeare troupe based right here in Corvallis, Oregon. We create collaborative theater that can travel anywhere in the central Willamette Valley. Tonight's performance has been created, blocked, adapted, directed, marketed, costumed, everything by the actors that you will see on stage this evening. This form of theater is very similar to the way that Shakespeare's company would have functioned in his day, and we are so pleased to be able to bring this kind of theater to the stage this evening. You will see many aspects of performance that would have been present in this style of theater, including minimal sets, beautiful costumes, and universal lighting. That's right. The house lights are going to stay on for the entire show. Because, of course, in 16th century England, there was no electricity to point at the stage, lighting up the actors and leaving you all in darkness. And that means that you can see us, but you can also see each other, and we can see you. So, that means some of you are going to get to collaborate with us in this evening's performance. How exciting. Another staging convention from the 16th century that you will see today is doubling. You will have some of our small company coming in and out in different costumes with radically different voices and mannerisms, and it should be very exciting. Tonight's performance will run approximately 2 hours with 1:15 intermission, during which I invite you to go to the lobby, avail yourself of the many delicious snacks and wonderful libations, and furiously text your friends and tell them that tomorrow is their last chance to see this season's performance by Millerly Players. However, one of the other things that did not exist in the 16th century was unlimited data plans. So, please, during the duration of the show itself, turn off and stow your cell phones away. The intermission will be signaled by the sound of this bell. And the end of the intermission will similarly be signaled by the sound of this bell. Excellent, now we're all on the same page about that. So, please, without further ado, vows will be broken, letters will be mistook, and love will be won and lost under the auspices of Don Cupid. Please enjoy tonight's performance of William Shakespeare's Love's Labour's Lost as presented by Merely Players.
Let fame that all hunt after in their lives live registered upon our brazen tombs and make us heirs of all eternity. Therefore, brave conquerors, for so you are that war against your own affections and the huge army of the world's desires, our late edict shall strongly stand in force. Navarre shall be the wonder of the world. Our court shall be a little academe, still and contemplative in living art. You two, Baroon, and you, fair Longueville, have sworn for 3 years' term to live with me, my fellow scholars, and to keep those statutes that are recorded in this schedule here. Your oaths are passed, and now subscribe your names. That his own hand may strike his honor down that violates the smallest branch herein. If you are armed to do, as sworn to do, subscribe to your deep oaths and keep them too.
I am resolved. 'Tis but a 3 years fast. The mind shall banquet, though the body pine. Fat paunches have lean pates, and dainty bits make rich the ribs. But quite bankrupt the wits. To love, to wealth, to pomp, I pine and die. Living with these two in philosophy.
I pine and die, living with these two in philosophy.
Fine!
That's right. That's very good.
I can but say these protestation over so much, dear liege. I have already sworn, that is, to live and study here 3 years. But there are other strict observances, as to not see a woman in that term, which I hope well is not enrolled there. Is it enrolled there?
Yeah, it's enrolled there.
And 1 night in a week, to touch no food, and but 1 meal on every day beside, which I hope well is not enrolled there.
Enrolled there? Yeah, enrolled there.
And then to sleep but 3 hours, and then not be seen to wink of all the day, which I hope well is not enrolled there.
There? There.
These are barren tasks, too hard to keep. Not to see ladies, study, fast, not sleep.
Your oath is passed to pass away from these.
Let me say no, my liege, and if you please, I only swore to stud deep with your grace, and stay here in your court for 3 years' space.
You swore to that, Baru, and to the rest.
By yea and nay, sir, then I swore in jest. What is the end of study? Let me know.
Why, that to know, which else we should not know.
Things hid and barred, you mean, from common sense.
Aye, that is study's godlike recompense.
Well, come on then, I will swear to study so, to know the thing that I am forbid to know. As such, to study where I well may dine, when I do feast, expressly am forbid. Or study where to meet some mistress fine, when mistresses and common sense are hid. Or having sworn too hard at keeping oath, study to break it, and not break my troth. Really? And not break my troth. Study's gain be thus, and this be so. Study knows that which yet it doth not know. Swear me to this, and I will dare say no.
These be the stops that hinder study quite, and train our intellects to vain delight.
Why, all delights are vain, and that most vain which with pain purchased doth inherit pain. Oh, as painfully to pore upon a book, and falsely blind the eyesight of his look. Study me how to please the eye indeed by fixing it upon a fairer eye, who dazzling so, that eye shall be his heed, and give him light that it was blinded by.
How well he's read to reason against reading.
Proceeded well to stop all good proceeding.
He weeds the corn and still lets grow the weeding. Well, sit you out. Go home, Maroon. Adieu.
No, good my liege, I have sworn to stay with you. And though I have for barbarism spoke more than for that angel knowledge, you can say, yet confident I will keep what I have sworn and bide the penance of each 3 years' day. Give me the paper, let me read the same, and to the strictest decree I will write my name.
How well this yielding rescues thee from shame.
Item, that no woman shall come within a mile of this court. Hath this been proclaimed?
4 days ago.
Let's see the penalty. On pain of losing her tongue. Who devised this penalty?
Mary, that was I.
Sweet Lord, and why?
To fright them hence with that dead penalty.
A dangerous law against gentility. Item, if any man be seen to speak with a woman within the term of 3 years, he shall endure such public shame as the rest of the court can possibly devise. This article yourself, my liege, must break. For well you know, here comes an embassy, the French king's daughter, with yourself to speak. A maid of grace and complete majesty, about to surrender up of Aquitaine to her decrepit, sick, and bedrid father. Therefore this article is made in vain, or vainly comes the admired princess hither.
What say you, lords? Why, this was quite forgot.
Oh, so study evermore was overshot. While it does study to have what it would, it does forget to do the thing it should.
Well, we must perforce dispense with this decree. She must lie here on mere necessity.
Necessity will make us all forsworn 3,000 times within this 3 years' space. If I break faith, this word shall speak for me. I am forsworn on mere necessity. So to the laws at large I will write my name, and he who breaks it in the least degree stands in attainder of eternal shame. Subjections are to others, as to me, but I believe, although it seems so low, I am the last, and the last keep is out. haunted!
Aye, that there is. Our court, you know, is haunted with a refined traveler of Spain. A man in all the world's new fashion planted, who hath a mint of phrases in his brain. One whom the music of his own vain tongue doth ravish like enchanting harmony. A man of compliments, one that right and wrong have chose as umpire of their mutiny. This child of fancy that Armado hight, for enter into our studies, shall relate in high-born terms the worth of many a knight from far-off Spain, lost to the world's debate. How you delight, my lords, I know not I, but I protest I love to hear him lie.
Armado is the most illustrious wight, a man of fire-new words, fashion's own knight.
Costard the swain, and he shall be our sport, and so to study 3 years will be but short?
Yeah.
Which is the king's own person?
This fellow, what wouldst? Senor commends you.
There's villainy abroad. This letter will tell you more.
Sir, the contempts thereof are as touching me.
A letter from the magnificent Armado.
How low soever the matter, I hope in God for high words.
A high hope for a low heaven. God grant us patience.
To hear or forbear hearing.
Oh, to hear meekly, sir, and to laugh moderately. Or to forbear both.
The matter is to me as concerning Jacqueminette.
Oh.
The manner of it is, I was taken with the manner.
In what manner?
In manner and form following, sir. Oh, these three. I was seen with her in the manor house, sitting with her upon the form, and taken form with her into the park, which put together is in manner and form following. Now, sir, for the manner.
'Tis the manner of a man to speak to a woman.
For the form, in some form.
For the following, Sirrah?
As it shall follow in my correction, and go different the right.
Will you hear this letter with attention?
As we would hear an oracle.
Such is the simplicity of man to hearken after the flesh.
Great deputy, the welkins vicegerent and so dominator of Navarre, my soul's earth's god and body's fostering patron.
Not a word of costume yet.
So it is.
Well, it may be so. But if you say it is so, here's until in true, but so.
Peace.
Oh, be to me and every man that dares not fight.
No words.
Above them in secrets, I beseech you.
So it is. Besieged with sable-colored melancholy, I did commend the black oppressing humor to the most wholesome physic of thy health-giving air, and as I'm a gentleman, betook myself to walk. The time when?
About the 6th hour. When beast most graze. When birds best peck. And when men sit down to that nourishment which is called supper. Okay, so much for the time when. Now to the ground, which I mean I walked upon. It is, yclept, thy park. Now to the place where.
Oh, where? I mean, I did encounter that obscene and most preposterous event that draweth from my snow-white pen the ebon-colored ink, which here thou viewest, beholdest, surveyest, or seest. But to the place where it standeth north, northeast, and by east from the west corner thy, here is knotted garden.
There did I see that low-spirited swain, that base minnow of thy mirth, that unlettered, small-knowing soul, that shallow vassal,
Still me?
which, as I remember, hight Costard?
Costard!
Sorted and consorted, contrary to thy established proclaimed edict and continent canon, which but with this I passion to say wherewith.
With a wench.
with a child of our grandmother Eve, a female, or for thy more sweet understanding, a woman. They, I, as my ever-esteemed duty pricks me on, have sent to thee to receive the meed of punishment. For Jacquinetta, so is the weaker vessel called. That I apprehended with the aforesaid swain, I keep her as a vessel of thy law's fury, and shall at the least of thy sweet notice bring her to trial. Thine in all compliments of devoted and heart-burning heat of duty,
Don Adriano de Amado! This is not so much as I looked for, but the best that ever I heard.
Aye, the best for the worst, but... Sirrah!
Oh,
What say you to this?
sir, I confess the witch.
Didst thou hear the proclamation?
I confess much of the hearing of it, but little of the marking of it.
It was proclaimed a year's imprisonment to be taken with a wench.
I was taken with none, sir. I was taken with a damsel.
Well, it was proclaimed damsel.
Oh, this was no damsel neither, sir. She was a virgin.
It is so varied, too, for it was proclaimed virgin.
Well, if it were, I deny her virginity. I was taken with a maid.
This maid will not serve your turn, sir.
This maid will serve my turn, sir.
I will pronounce your sentence. You shall fast a week with bran and water.
I had rather pray a month with mutton and porridge.
And Don Armada shall be your keeper. My Lord Groom, see them delivered o'er. And go he, Lord, to put in practice which each to other hath so strongly sworn.
I'll lay my head to any goodman's hap. These oaths and laws will prove an idle scorn.
I suffer for the truth, sir. For truth is I was taken with Jacquinetta, and Jacquinetta is a true girl.
Nice.
And therefore welcome the sour cup of prosperity. Affliction may one day smile again. Until then, sit thee down, sorrow.
What sign is it when a man of great spirit grows melancholy?
A great sign, sir, that he will look sad.
Why, sadness is one and the self-same thing, my dear imp.
No, oh Lord, sir, no.
How canst thou part sadness and melancholy, my tender juvenile?
By a familiar demonstration of the working, my tough senior.
Why, tough senior? Why, tough senior?
Why, tender juvenile?
I spoke it, tender juvenile, as a congruent epitheton appertaining to thy young days, which we may nominate tender.
And I, tough senior, as an impertinent title to your old time, which we may name tough.
Pretty and apt.
How mean you, sir? I pretty and my saying apt, or I apt and my saying pretty?
Thou pretty, because little.
Little pretty because little, wherefore apt?
And therefore apt, because quick.
Speak you this in my praise, master?
In thy condign praise.
I will praise an eel with the same praise.
What, that an eel is ingenious?
That an eel is quick.
I say thou art quick in answers, thou heat'st my blood.
I am answered, sir.
I have promised to study with the king 3 years.
You may do it in an hour, sir.
Impossible.
How many is one thrice told?
I am ill at reckoning. It fitteth the spirit of a tapster.
You are a gentleman and a gangster, sir.
I confess both. They are both the varnish of a complete man.
Then I am sure you know how much the gross to.
It doth amount to one more than two.
Which the base vulgar do call
True.
Why, sir, is this such a piece of study? Now here is 3 studied ere your thrice wink. And how easy is it to put years to the word 3 and study 3 years in 2 words?
I will hereupon confess that I am in love. And as it is base for a soldier to love, so I am in love with a base wench. If drawing my sword against the humor of affection would banish the reprobate thought of it, I would take desire prisoner and ransom him to any French courtier for a new devised courtesy. I think scorn to sigh. Methinks I should outswear Cupid. Comfort me, boy. What great men have been in love.
Hercules, master?
Most sweet Hercules! More authority, dear boy, name more. But, dear my child, let it be men of good repute and carriage.
Samson. He was a man of good carriage, great carriage, for he carried the town gates on his back like a porter. And he was in love.
Oh, a well-knit Samson, strong-jointed Samson. I do excel thee in my rapier, as much as thou didst me in carrying gates. I am in love too. Who was Samson's love, dear Moat?
A woman, master?
I do love that country wench. When I took in the park with that rational hind, Coster. Oh, she deserves well.
To be whipped, and yet a better love than my master.
Sing for me, boy. My spirits grow heavy in love.
That's great marvel loving a light wench.
I say sing!
Sir, the king's pleasure is that you keep Costard safe, and you must suffer them to take no delight nor no penance, but they must fast 3 days a week. As for the damsel, I must keep her at the park. She is allowed for the dairy woman.
I do betray myself with blushing. Maid, I will meet thee at the lodge.
That's hereby.
I know where it is situate.
Lord, how wise you are.
I will tell thee wonders.
With that face.
I love thee.
So I heard you say.
And so, farewell.
They're rather after you.
Come, Jacquinetta, away.
Villain, thou shalt fast for thy offences ere thou be pardoned.
Well, sir, I hope that when I do, I shall do it on a full stomach.
I say thou shalt be heavily punished.
Ooh, I am more bound to you than you fellows. They are but lightly rewarded.
Take this villain away, shut them up.
Come, you transgressing knave, away.
Oh, let me not be pent up, sir. I will fast being loose.
No, sir, that were fast and loose. Thou shalt to prison.
Well, if if ever I do see the merry days of desolation, I have seen, some will see.
What will some see?
Nay, nothing, Master Moot, but what they look upon. It's not the prisoners to be too silent in their words, and therefore I will say nothing. I thank God I have as little patience as another swain, and therefore I be quiet.
Which is base? Well, her shoe. Which is base? Air, guided by her foot. Which is base? Est, doth tread. I shall be forsworn. Which is a great argument of falsehood if I love. And how can that be true love, which is falsely attempted? Love is an evil angel. Love is a devil. There is no familiar but love. Thus was Samson so tempted, and he had a very good strength. Thus was Solomon so seduced, and he had an excellent wit. Cupid's butt shaft is too hard for Hercules' club, and therefore too much odds for a Spaniard's rapier. The first and second cause shall not serve my turn. The passata he respects not. The duel he regards not. His disgrace is to be called boy, yet his glory is to subdue men. Adieu, valor, rust, rapier, be still, drum, for your manager is in love. Yea, he love assist me, some extemporal god of rhyme, for I shall turn sonnet. Right wit, devise pen, for I am for whole volumes in folio.
Now, madame, summon up your dearest spirit. Consider who's the king your father sends, to whom he sends, and what's his embassy? Yourself, held precious in the world's esteem, to parley with the sole inheritor of all perfection that a man may own, matchless Navarre. A plea of no less weight than Aquitaine, a dowry for a queen. Be now as prodigal of all dear grace as nature was, in making graces dear, when she did starve the general world besides, and prodigally gave them all to you.
Oh, good Lord, Boyette. My beauty, though but mean, needs not the painted flourish of your praise. I am less proud to hear you tell my worth than you, much willing to be counted wise in spending your wit in the praise of mine. Now, to task the tasker. Good Boyette, you are not ignorant. All telling fame doth noise abroad, Navarre hath made a vow, till painful study shall outweigh 3 years, no woman may approach his silent court. Therefore, to us seemeth it a needful course, before we enter his forbidden gates, to know his pleasure. And, in that behalf, bold of your worthiness, we single you as our best moving fair solicitor. Tell him, the daughter of the King of France, on serious business, craving quick dispatch, importunes personal conference with his grace. Haste signifies so much, while we attend like humble visaged suitors his high will.
Proud of employment, willingly I go.
All pride is willing pride, and yours is so. Who are the votaries, my loving ladies, that are vow fellows with this virtuous king?
Lord Longaville is one.
Know you the man? Man of sovereign parts, he is esteemed, well fitted in arts,
Glorious in arms, nothing becomes him ill that he would well. The only soil on his fair virtue's gloss, if virtue's gloss would stain with any soil, is a sharp wit matched with too blunt a will, whose edge hath power to cut, whose will still wills. It should none spare that come within his power.
So, merry mocking, Lord, belike, is't so?
They say so most that most his humors know.
Oh, such short-lived wits do wither as they grow.
Another of these students was there with him, if I have heard a truth. Rude, they call him, but a merrier man within the limits of becoming mirth. Never spent an hour's talk with all. Oh, his eye begets occasion for his wit, for every object that one doth catch, the other turns to a mirth-moving jest, which his fair tongue, conceit's expositor, delivers in such apt and gracious words that aged ears play truant at his tales, and younger hearings are quite ravished, so sweet and voluble is his discourse.
God bless my ladies, are they both in love?
Here comes Boyette.
Now, what admittance, Lord?
Navarre had notice of your fair approach, and he and his competitors in oath were only dressed to meet you, gentle lady, before I came. Marry, thus much have I learned. He rather means to lodge you in the field, like one who comes to besiege his court, then seek a dispensation for his oath and let you enter his unequaled house. Here comes Navarre.
Bonjour, madame, et mademoiselles aussi. Fair princess, welcome to Le Court du Navarre.
Fair, I give you back again, and welcome I have not yet. The roof of this court is too high to be yours, and welcome to the wide fields, too base to be mine.
You shall be welcome, madam, to my court.
I will be welcome then. Conduct me thither.
Hear me, dear lady, I have sworn an oath.
Our lady, help my lord, he'll be forsworn.
Oh, not for the world, madam, by my will.
Why, will shall bring will and nothing else.
Your ladyship is ignorant what it is.
Were my lord so, his ignorance were wise, where now his knowledge must prove ignorance. I hear your grace hath sworn out guest-keeping. 'Tis deadly sin to keep that oath, my lord, and sin to break it. But, pardon me, I am too sudden bold. To teach a teacher, ill beseemeth me. Vouchsafe to read the purpose of my coming, and suddenly resolve me in my suit.
Madam, I will, if suddenly I may.
He will the sooner that I were away, for he'll prove perjured if he makes me stay.
Did not I dance with you in Brabant once?
Did not I dance with you in Brabant once?
Oh, I know you did.
How needless was it then to ask the question?
You must not be so quick.
'Tis long of you that spurs me with such questions.
Your wit's too hot. It speeds too fast. 'Twill tire.
Not till it leave the rider in the mire.
Time of day.
The hour that fools should ask.
Oh, now fair befall your mask.
Fair fall the face it covers.
Oh, and send you many lovers?
Amen. So you be none.
Nay then, will I be gone?
Madam, your father here doth intimate the payment of 100,000 crowns, being but the one half of an entire sum dispersed by my father in his wars. But say that he or we is neither have received that money, yet there remains 100,000 more, in surety of the which 1 part of Aquitaine is bound to us, although not valued to the money's worth. If then the king your father would restore but that 1/2 which is unsatisfied, we would give up our right in Aquitaine and hold fair friendship with his majesty. But this, it seems, he little purposeth, for here he doth demand to have repaid the 100,000 crowns, and not to demand, on payment of 100,000 crowns, to have his title live in Aquitaine, which we much rather have depart withal, and have the money by our father lent, than Aquitaine, so gelded as it is. Pardones. Dear princess, were not his request so far from reason's yielding, your fair self might make some yielding and some reason in my breast, and go well satisfied to France again.
You do the king my father too much wrong, and wrong the reputation of your name, and so unseeming to confess receipt of that which hath so faithfully been paid.
I do protest I've never heard of it, and if you prove it, I'll repay it back or yield up Aquitaine.
We arrest your word? But yet, we can provide acquittances for such a sum from special officers of Charles, his father.
Satisfy me so?
So please your grace, the packet is not come, whereas that and other specialties are bound. Tomorrow, you shall have sight of them.
It shall suffice me. At which interview all liberal reason I will yield unto. Meantime, receive such welcome at my hand as honor, without breach of honor, may make tender of to thy true worthiness. You may not come, fair princess, within my gates, but here without shall you be so received as you shall be yourself lodged in my heart, though so did I fair harbor in my house. Your own good thoughts excuse me, and farewell. Tomorrow, shall we see you again?
Sweet health and fair desires consort your grace.
Your own wish I thee in every place.
Great job. Lady, I will commend you to mine own heart.
Pray you do my commendations. I would be glad to hear it.
I would you heard it groan.
Oh, is the fool sick?
Sick at the heart.
Let it blood.
Would that do it good?
Oh, my physics says I.
Will you prick it with your eye?
Oh, no point. With my knife.
Now God save thy life.
And yours from long living.
I cannot stay Thanksgiving. I beseech you, a word. What is she in white?
A woman. Sometimes, and you saw her in the light.
Perchance light in the light. I desire her name.
Oh, she has but one for herself to desire it well shared.
Whose daughter?
Her mother's, I have heard.
God's blessing on your beard!
But so be not offended. The heir of Alanson, Catherine.
Oh, nay, my collar is ended. Oh, she is a most sweet lady.
Not unlike that may be.
What's her name in the count?
Rosaline, by good heaven.
Rosaline. Is she wedded or no?
To her will, sir, also.
You are welcome, sir. Adieu.
Farewell to me, sir, and welcome to you. My observation, which very seldom lies, by the heart still rhetoric, disclosed with the eyes, deceive me not now. Navarre is infected.
With what?
With that which we lovers entitle affected.
Your reason?
Why, all his behavior did make her retire to the court of his eye, peeping through desire. His tongue, all impatient to speak and not see, did stumble with haste in his eyesight to be. All senses to that sense did make their repair, to feel only looking on fairest of fair. I'll give you Aquitaine, and all that is his, if you give him for my sake but one loving kiss.
Oh! come to our pavilion. Toilette is disposed.
But to speak that in words which his eye hath disclosed, I've only made a mouth of his eye by adding a tongue which I know will not lie.
Thou art an old love-monger and speakest skillfully.
He is Cupid's grandfather. Learns news of him.
Do you hear, my mad wenches?
No.
But then do you see?
Aye, our way to be gone.
You are too hard for me.
Go, tenderness of years, take this key, give enlargement to the swain, and bring them festinately hither. They must carry a letter to my love.
Learn her by heart.
By heart and in heart, boy.
And out of heart, master. All those three I will prove.
What wilt thou prove?
A man, if I live, and this by, in, and without, upon the instant. By heart you love her, because your heart cannot come by her.
Oh.
In heart you love her, because your heart is in love with her.
Oh.
Out of heart you love her, being out of heart that you cannot enjoy her.
Oh. I am all these three.
3 times is much more, and yet nothing at all.
Fetch hither the swain. They must carry me this letter.
I go.
The way is but short. Away.
As quick as Lancer.
Thy meaning, pretty ingenious, is not lead a metal, heavy, dull, and slow?
By no means, honest master, or rather, master? No.
I say lead is slow.
You are too swift, sir, to say so. Is that lead slow, which is fired from a gun?
Oh! Smoke of rhetoric! Shoot thee. And the swain!
Thump them, and I flee!
A most acute juvenile, tender and free of grace. Oh, by thy leave, sweet welkin, I must sigh in thy face, most rude melancholy. Valor gives thee place. Oh, my herald is returned. Zaracosta, I will enfranchise thee.
Whoa! Marry me to one, Francis.
By my sweet soul. I mean, setting thee at liberty. In freedoming thy person. Thou wert immune, restrained, captivated, bound.
True, and now you'll be my purgation and let me loose.
I give thee thy liberty. Set thee from durance, and in view thereof impose on thee nothing but this. Okay. Nothing but this. Nothing but this. Bear this significant to the Trime de Jacquinetta. Here is remuneration. For the best ward of mine honor is rewarding my dependents. Moat, follow.
Like the sequel, I, Captain Costard, adieu.
Now I will look to his remuneration.
Remuneration.
That's the Latin word for 3 farthings. 3 farthings remuneration.
What's the price of this Ito?
1 penny.
No, I'll give you a remuneration.
Why, it carries it. Remuneration. Why, it is a fairer name than French crown. Our unutterable
My good knave Custard! Exceedingly well met.
Pray you, sir, how much carnation ribbon may a swain buy for? A remuneration?
What is a remuneration?
Oh, marry, sir, a penny farthing.
Oh, why then, 3 farthings worth of silk.
I thank your worship. God be with you.
Stay, churl. I must employ thee. As thou wilt win my favor, good my knave, do one thing for me that I shall entreat.
When will you have it done, sir?
This afternoon.
Well, I will do it, sir. Very well.
Well, thou knowest not what it is.
I shall know it, sir, when I have done it.
Villain! Thou must know it first.
I will come to your worship tomorrow morning.
It must be done this afternoon. Hark, knave. It is but this. The princess comes to hunt here in the park, and among her train there is a gentle lady. When tongues speak sweetly, they then name her name, and Rosaline they call her.
Rosaline!
Ask for her, and to her fair hand see thou do commend this sealed up counsel. There's thy guerdon. Go.
Garden! Most sweet garden. Better than remuneration. 11 pence farthing better. Most sweet garden. I will do it, sir, in Parita. Oh. Huh. Garden remuneration. Garden remuneration.
And I, forsooth, in love. I that have been love's whip, a very beadle to a humorous side, a critic, nay, a night watch constable, a domineering pedant over the boy. This wimpled, whining, wayward, pure-blind Cupid! Regent of love rhymes, king of cod pieces, the anointed sovereign of sighs and groans. What? I love? I sue. I seek a wife? Nay, to be perjured, the worst of all. And among 3, to love, the worst of all. A winsome wanton with a velvet brow, with 2 pitch balls stuck in her face for eyes. Aye, and by heaven, one that will do the deed. And I to sigh for her, to watch for her, to pray for her. Go to. It is a plague that Cupid will impose for my neglect of his almighty dreadful little might. Well, I will love, write, sigh, pray, sue, groan. Some men must love my lady and some Joan. Ah!
Was that the king that spurred his horse so hard against the steep uprising of the hill?
I know not. I think it was not he.
Whoever he was, he showed a mounting mind. Today we shall have our dispatch. On Saturday we will return to France. Then, Forrester, my friend, where is the bush that we must stand and play the murderer in?
Hereby, upon the edge of yonder coppice, a stand where you may make the fairest shoot.
I thank my beauty, I am fair of the shoot, and thereupon thou speaks to the fairest shoot.
Pardon, madam, for I meant not so.
What? First praise me, then again say no. Oh, short-lived pride. Not fair. Alack for woe.
No, madam, fair.
Nay, never paint me now. Where fair is not, praise cannot mend the brow. Here, good my glass, take this for telling true. Fair payment for foul words is more than due.
None but fair is that which you inherit.
See, my beauty will be saved by merit. But come, the bow. Now mercy goes to kill, and shooting well is then accounted ill. Thus shall I save my credit in the shoot, not wounding. Pity would not let me do it. If wounding, then it was to show my skill, that more for praise than purpose.
Not curse wives hold their self-sovereignty only for praise sake, when they strive to be lords or zealots.
Yes, only for praise, and praise we may afford to any lady that subdues a lord.
Remember the common friend!
God dig you dead all! Pray you, which is the head lady?
Oh, well, thou shalt know her. Rest. No, have no heads.
Which is the greatest lady? The highest?
Well, the thickest and the tallest.
The thickest and the tallest. It is so. A truth is a truth. And your waist, mistress, whereas slender is my wit. One of these maid's girls for your waist should be fit. Are not you the chief woman? You are the thickest here.
What's your will, sir? What's your will?
I have letter from Monsieur Baroon to one Lady Rosaline.
Thy letter. He's a good friend of mine. Boyette, you can carve. Break up this cape and...
I am bound to so. This letter is mistook. It importeth none here. It is writ to Jacanetta.
We will read it, I swear. Break the neck of the wax. Everyone give ear.
By heaven, that thou art fair is most infallible. Oh, that thou art beauteous, truth itself, that thou art lovely. No. The magnanimous and illustrious King Cophetua set eye upon the pernicious and indubitate beggars and ill fallen. And he it is who might rightly say, Wenny, witty, wicky, but were not the eyes in the vulgar. He came, he see, he overcame. No!
Okay. He came. 1. See. 2. Overcame. 3. Who came? The king! Why did he come? To see. Why did he see? To overcome. To whom came he? To the beggar! What saw he? The beggar! Who overcame he? The beggar. The conclusion is victory! Catastrophe is a nuptial! I am the king, for so stands the comparison.
Thou the beggar, for so witness thy lowliness.
Wait, what?
Shall I command thy love? I may. Ow. Shall I enforce thy love?
I would.
Shall I entreat thy love?
I will.
What will you exchange for rags? Robes for tidbits. Titles for thyself. Me. Thus expecting thy reply, I profane my lips on thy foot.
Forsooth!
Yeah.
My eyes on thy picture, and my heart on thy every part.
Thine in the dearest design of industry, my dearest Jacqueminetta. Don Adriano de Armando! What plume of feathers is he that indited this letter? What fame, what weathercock did you ever hear better?
I am much deceived, but I remember the style.
Well, sure, memory is bad, going o'er it ere while.
This Armando is a Spaniard that keeps here in court, a monarch, a fantisma, and one that makes sport to the king and his bookmates.
Thou, fellow, a word. Who gave thee this letter?
Well, I told you, my lord.
To whom shouldst thou give it?
From my lord to my lady.
From which lord to which lady?
From my lord Baroon, a good master of mine, to a lady of France that we call Rosaline.
Rosaline! Thou hast mistaken his letter. Come, ladies, away. Here, sweet, put this up. 'Twill be thine another day. Rosaline!
Very reverend sport, truly, and done in the testimony of a good conscience.
The deer was, as you know, Saint-Louis, in blood, ripe as the poem water, who now hangeth like a jewel in the ear of Cairo, the sky, the welkin, the heaven, and anon falleth like a crab on the face of terror, the soil, the land, the earth.
Truly, Master Holofernes, the epithets are sweetly buried.
Is a gift that I have. Simple, foolish, extravagant spirit, full of forms, figures, symbols, objects, ideas, apprehensions, motions, revolutions. These are begot in the ventricle of memory, nourished in the womb of Piamata, and delivered upon the mellowing of occasion. The gift is good in those in whom it is acute, and I'm thankful for it. No, a soul feminine saluteth us.
God give you good morrow, master, schoolmaster. I beseech you, read this letter. It is given me by costard and sent me from Don Armando. I beseech you, read it.
What, my soul? Verses?
I, sir, am very learned.
All ignorant, that soul that sees thee without wonder. To be some praise that I thy path admire. Thy eye Jove's lightning bears, thy voice the dreadful thunder, which not to anger bent is music and sweet fire. Celestial as thou art, oh, pardon love this wrong that sings heaven's praise with such an earthly tongue. Here unnumbered, gratified for the elegancy, facility, and golden cadence of prosy. But, damsela, virgin, was this delivered to you?
Aye, sir.
I shall overglance the superscript. To the snow-white hand of the most beauteous lady, Rosaline.
Rosaline!
I shall look again to the intellect of the letter for the nomination of the party writing to the person written unto. Her ladyship is in all desired employment. This Baroon is one of the votaries with the king, and herein hath written a letter to the sequent of the stranger queen, which mistaken or by way of progression hath miscarried. Trim and go, my sweet! Deliver this paper to the royal hand of the king, it may concern much. Oh, stay not thy compliments. I forgive thy duty. Adieu.
with me? Sir, come save your life!
Have with thee, my girl.
The king, he is hunting the deer. I am coursing myself. By the Lord, this love is as mad as Ajax. It kills me. I will not love. If I do, hang me. In faith I will not. Oh, but for her eye. By this light, if not for her eye, I would not love her. Yes, for her 2 eyes. Well, I do nothing in the world but lie. And lie in my throat. And I do love. And it hath taught me to rhyme and to be melancholy. Well, here is a part of my rhyme, and hear my melancholy. The lady hath one of my sonnets already. The clown bore it, the fool sent it, and the lady hath it. Sweet clown, sweeter fool, sweetest lady. By the world, I would not care a pin if the other 2 were in. Here comes one now with papers. God give him grace to groan. Shot by heaven! Oh, proceed, sweet Cupid. Thou hast thumped him with thy bird bolt under the left cap. In faith, secrets.
So sweet a kiss the golden sun gives not to those fresh morning drops upon the rose, as thy eye beams when their fresh rays have smote the night of dew that on my cheeks down flows. Nor shines the silver moon one half so bright through the transparent bosom of the deep, as doth thy face through tears of mine give light. Thou shinest in every tear that I do weep. No drop, but as a coach doth carry thee, so ridest thou triumphing in my woe. Do but behold thy tears that swell in me, and they thy glory through my grief will show. But do not love thyself, then thou wilt keep my tears for glasses and still make me weep. O Queen of Queens, how far dost thou excel? No thought can think, nor tongue of mortal tell. That's good. How will she know my griefs? I'll hide the paper. Sweet leaves, shade folly. Who's that comes here? Longaville and reading. Listen, ear.
Now in thy likeness one more fool appears, all hid in old infant play. Like a demigod here sit I in the sky, and wretched fool's secrets heedfully awry. More sacks to the mill, oh heavens, I have my wish. Each lord transformed, 3 woodcocks in a dish.
I am forsworn!
Why, he comes in like a perjure wearing papers.
In love, I hope, sweet fellowship in shame.
One drunkard loves another of the name.
Oh, most divine Kate.
Oh, most profane coxcomb.
Oh, the wonder in a mortal eye.
By earth, she is not corporal, there you lie.
Oh, that I had my wish.
And I had mine.
And mine too, good Lord.
Amen. So I had mine too. Is not that a good word?
I fear these stubborn lines lack power to move. Oh, sweet Catherine, oh, empress of my love. Oh, these numbers will I tear and write in prose.
Oh, rhymes are guards unwanted Cupid's hose. Disfigure not his shop.
Oh, this same shall go. Oh, once more, I will read the ode that I have writ.
Once more, I will mark how love can vary wit.
On a day, alack the day, love, whose month is ever May, an air. The velvet leaves, the wind, all unseen, did passage thin, that the lover, sick to death, wished himself the heaven's breath. Air, quoth he, thy cheeks may blow. Air, would I my triumph sow. But, alack, my hand is sworn, ne'er to pluck thee from thy thorn. Thou, alack, to youth unmeet, youth so apt to pluck a sweet. Do not call it sin in me that I am forsworn for thee. This will I send, and something else more plain to express my true love's fasting pain. Oh, that the king and scornful lord Varun were lovers too. Ill to example ill would from my forehead wipe a perjured note, for none offend, where all alike do dote.
You look pale! But I should blush, I know, to be o'erheard and take a napping so. What, you do not love Catherine Longaville did never sonnet for her sake compile, nor never lay his wreathed arms athwart his loving breast to keep down his heart? I have been closely shrouded in this bush. And marked you, sir, and saw how you did blush. Blush. I heard your guilty rhymes, observed your passion, saw signs read from you, noted well your fashion. I mean, quoth he, oh love, your verses cried, oh, gold is her hair and crystal is her eye. What will Varun say when that he shall hear faith infringed, which such zeal did swear? How will he scorn? How will he spend his wit? How will he triumph, leap, and laugh at it? By all the wealth that ever I did see, I would not have him know so much by me.
Well, now step I forth to whip hypocrisy. Ah, good my liege, I pray thee, pardon me. Good heart, what grace hast thou thus to reprove this worm for loving? Thou art most in love. What? Your eyes do make no coaches of your tears. There's a certain princess that appears. Oh, you'll not be further. 'Tis a hateful thing. Tush, none but minstrels like a sonnet. Are you not ashamed? Nay, are you not, the both of you, to be this much overshot? What a scene of foolery have I seen, of sighs, of groans, of sorrow, and of spleen, ay me! With what strict patience have I sat to see a king transformed into a gnat? Where lies thy grief within thy idle brains? Oh, gentle Longaville, where lies thy pains, and where my lieges? All about the breast, a coddle, oh!
Too bitter is thy jest. Are we betrayed thus to thy overview?
Not you betrayed by me, but I betrayed by you. I, that am honest. I, that hold it sin to break the vow I am engaged in. I am betrayed by keeping company with men like you, men of inconstancy. When shall you see me write a thing in rhyme? Or groan for Joan, or spend a minute's time in pruning me? When will you hear that I will praise a hand, a foot, a face, an eye, a gait, a state, a brow, a breast, a waist, a leg, a limb? I must away.
Oh, so, whither away so fast? A true man or a thief that gallops so?
I post from love, good lover, let me go!
God bless the king!
What present hast thou there?
Oh, some certain treason!
What makes treason here?
Nay, it makes nothing, sir.
If it mar nothing neither, the treason and you go in peace, away, together.
I beseech your grace, let this letter... Let this letter be read. Our scholar has does it. 'Twas treason, he said.
Baroon, read it over. How came you it?
Hostile.
How came you it?
I'm done. Adramadi. Oh, done Adramadia.
How now? What is in you?
The toy, my liege, the toy, your grace needs not fear it.
It moved into passion, and therefore, let's hear it.
Oh. Well, it is Baroon's writing. And here is his name.
Ah, you horse and loggerhead, you were born to do this! Shame! Guilty, my lord, guilty. I confess. What? That you two fools lacked me, fool, to make up the mess. He and you, my liege, and I are pick purses in love, and we deserve to die. Oh, dismiss this audience, and I shall tell you more. Will these turtles be gone?
Hence, knaves, away.
Oh, walk aside the true folk and let the traitors stay.
Sweet lords, sweet lovers, oh, let us embrace. As true we are as flesh and blood may be. The sea will ebb and flow, heaven show its face. Young blood does not obey an old decree. We cannot cross the cause of why we were born. Therefore, of all hands must we be forsworn.
What, did these spat rhymes show some love of thine?
Did they, quoth you? Who sees the heavenly Rosaline at the first opening of the gorgeous east, bows not his vassal head, and struck and blind, kisses the base ground with obedient breast, what peremptory, eagle-sided eye dares look upon the heaven of her brow that is not blinded by her majesty?
What zeal, what fury hath inspired thee now? My love, her mistress, is a gracious moon. She, an attending star, scarce seen the light.
My eyes, then, are no eyes, nor I the ruse. My love, day return to night.
Are we not all in love?
Nothing so sure, thereby all forsworn.
Then leave this chat. And good Baroon, now prove our loving lawful and our faith not torn.
Some authority how to proceed. Some tricks, some quillets, a way to cheat the devil.
Some salve for perjury.
Oh, 'tis more than need. How about you then, affections, men at arms? Oh, we have made a vow to study, lords. And in that vow we have forsworn our books. For when would you, my liege, or you in leaden contemplation, have found out such fiery numbers as the prompting eyes of beauty's tutors have enriched you with? A lover's eyes will gaze an eagle blind. A lover's ear will hear the lowest sound. Love's feeling is more soft and sensible than are the tender horns of cockled snails. From women's eyes, this doctrine I derive. They sparkle still the right Promethean fire. They are the books and arts and academes that show, contain, and nourish all the world. Then fools you were these women to forswear, or keeping what is sworn you will prove fools. For wisdom's sake, a word that all men love. Or for love's sake, a word that loves all men. Or for men's sake, the authors of these women. Or for women's sake, by whom we men are men. Let us lose our oaths to find ourselves, or else we lose ourselves to keep our own.
Saint Cupid then, and soldiers to the field.
Advance your standards, and upon them, lords.
Shall we resolve to woo these girls of France?
And win them too!
Yeah!
Therefore, let us devise some entertainment for them in their tents.
First, from the park, let us conduct them thither. Then, homeward, every man attach the hand of his fair mistress. In the afternoon, we will, with some strange pastime, solace them, such as the shortness of the time can shape. Hold revels, dances, masks, and merry hours for run fair loves during her way with flowers!
Away, no time shall be omitted that may the time and may by us be fitted!
discourse peremptory, tongue fire, eye ambitious. His gait majestic, his general behavior vain, ridiculous, and thrasonical. He is too pink, too spruce, too effective, too odd, as it were, too peregrinate, if I may say. He draweth out the thread of his verbosity finer than the staple of his argument. I abhor such fanatical fantasies, such insociable point-devised companions, such rackers of orthography. When is there cui venit? That is, see who comes. I see and I rejoice.
Woo! Man of peace, well encountered.
A most military, sir, salutation.
They have been at a great feast of languages and stolen the scraps.
Oh, they have lived long on the old basket of words. I marvel thy master hath not eaten thee for a word, for thou art not so long by the head as, honorifica bilitude and itatabis. Oh. Thou art easier swallowed than a flat dragon.
Peace, the peal begins.
Monsieur, are you not lettered?
Yes, yes, he teaches boys the horn book.
Axeman, perambulate. We will be singled from the barbarous. Do you not educate youth at the charge house at the top of the mountain?
Oh, Mons, the hills.
Oh, by your sweet pleasure for the mountain.
I do. Sans question.
Sans question.
Sir, it is the king's sweet pleasure and affection to present the princess at her pavilion in the posterior of the day, which the rude multitude do call the afternoon.
The posterior of the day. Generous, is liable, congruent, and measurable for the afternoon. The word is well called, chose, sweet and apt. I do assure, sir, I do assure.
Sir, the king is a noble gentleman and my familiar, I do assure, excellent good friend. For what is inward between us?
Oh.
But let that pass. I do beseech thee, remember thy courtesy. I beseech thee, apparel thy head. And among other important and most serious designs, and of great import too. But, sweetheart, let that pass. For I do assure you by the word, it will please his majesty sometime to lean his head upon my poor shoulder, and with his royal finger thus dally with my excrement. Ew! With my mustachio.
Not what I heard.
But, sweetheart, let that pass. By the word, I recount no fable. The very all of all is, but, sweetheart, I implore secrecy. The king would have me present the princess sweets chuck with some delightful ostentation, or show, or pageant, or antique, or firework. Now, understanding your sweet self to be good at such eruptions, such breaking out of birth, as it were, I have acquainted you with all to the end to crave your assistance.
Sir, you shall shall present before her the 9 worthies.
Where will you find worthies worthy enough to present them?
Gallant gentlemen, Hector, the swain, for their great limb or joint, shall pass Pompey the Great. Page Hercules.
Pardon, sir. Error. He is not quantity enough to make up that worthy stump. He is not so big as the end of that worthy's club.
I will have audience. We will present Hercules in minority. His enter and exit shall be strangling a snake.
Okay.
An excellent device. So if any of the audience hiss, you may cry, "Well done, Hercules, now thou crushest the snake." That is the way to make an offense gracious, though few have the grace to do it.
And for the rest of the worthies,
I shall play them all myself.
Thrice-worthy gentlemen!
To our games, away!
Sweethearts, we shall be rich ere we depart if fairies come thus plentifully in. A lady walled about with diamonds, look you what I have from a loving king.
Madam, can nothing else along with that?
Nothing but this. Yes, as much love in rhyme as would be crammed up in a sheet of paper, written on both sides of the leaf, margined and all that he was fain to seal on Cupid's name.
That was the way to make his godhead wax, for he hath been 5,000 years a boy.
But, Rosaline, you have a favor too. Who sent it, and what is it?
I would you knew. And if my face were but as fair as yours, my favor were as great. Witness this. Nay, I have verses too. I thank the rune. The number's true, and were the numbering two, I were the fairest goddess on the ground. I am compared to 20,000 fairs. Oh, you've drawn my picture in his letter.
Anything like?
Much in the letters, nothing in the praise.
Pox of that jest, and I beshrew all shrews. But Catherine, what was sent to you?
This and these pearls to me sent Longville. The letter is too long. By half a mile.
I think no less. Dost thou not wish, in heart, the chain were longer and the letter short? Oh.
I would these hands might never part.
We are wise girls to mock our lovers so.
Yes. We're worse fools to purchase mocking so. That same Baroon I'll torture ere I go. Oh, that I knew he were in but by the week, how I would make him fawn and beg and seek. And wait the season and observe the times and spend his prodigal wits in bootless rhymes.
None are so surely caught when they are catched as wit turned fool. Folly, in wisdom hatched, hath wisdom's warrant, and the help of school and wit's own grace to grace a learned fool.
The blood of youth burns not with such excess as gravity's revolt to wantonness.
Folly! You fools! Bears not so strong a note as foolery in the wise when wit doth dote.
Here comes Playette, and mirth is in his face.
Oh, I'm stabbed was left her. Where's her grace?
Thy news, Boyette.
Prepare, madame, prepare! Arm, wenches, arm. Encounters mounted are against thy peace. Love doth approach. Disguised, armored in arguments. You'll be surprised.
Sentinels to St. Cupid, what are they that charge their breath against us? Say, scout, say!
Under the cool shade of a sycamore, I sought to close mine eyes some half an hour, when, lo, to interrupt my purposed rest, towards the shade I might behold addressed as a king, and his companion. Warily I stole into a neighbor's thicket and overheard what you shall overhear, that by and by, disguised, they will be here.
But what? Come they to visit us?
Oh, they do, and are apparelled thus. Their purpose is to parley, to court and dance, and everyone is love-fit to advance unto his several mistress, which they will know by favors, several, which they did bestow.
And will they so? Gallants shall be tasked. For ladies, we will every one be masked. And not a man of them shall have the grace, despite of suit, to see a lady's face. Hold, Catherine, this favor thou shalt wear. And so the king will take thee for his dear. Oh, take now this and give me thine. So shall Baroon take me for Rasalar. Change you favors too. So shall your loves woo contrary, deceived by these removes.
Come on then, we're the favors most in sight.
But in this changing, what is your intent?
The effect of my intent is to cross theirs. They do it but in mocking merriment, and mock for mock is only my intent. Their several favors they unbosom shall to loves mistook, and so be mocked withal upon the next occasion that we meet with visages displayed, to talk and greet. Eat. But shall we dance if they desire us to it? No. To the death, we will not move a foot, nor to their pen speeches render we no grace. But while 'tis spoke, each turn away her face.
But this contempt will kill the speaker's heart, and quite divorce his memory from his part.
Therefore I do it, and I make no doubt the rest will ne'er come in if he be out. There's no such sport as sport by, sport o'erthrown, to make theirs ours, and ours none but our own.
The trumpet sounds, be masked, the maskers come. And rich taffeta.
A holy parcel of the fairest dames that ever turned their backs to mortal views.
Their eyes, villain, their eyes.
That ever turned their eyes to mortal views. Out.
True, out, indeed.
Out of your favors, heavenly spirits, vouchsafe not to behold.
Once to behold, rogue.
They do not mark me, and that brings me out.
Is this your perfectness? Begone, you rogue.
What would these strangers? Know you their mind, Boyette? If they speak our language, it is our will that some plain man recount their purposes, know what they want.
What would you with the princess?
Nothing but peace and gentle visitation.
What would they, say they?
Nothing but peace and gentle visitation.
Why, that they haven't bid them so, begone.
She says you have it, and you may be gone.
Say to her we have measured many miles to tread a measure with her on this grass.
They have measured many miles to tread a measure with you on this grass.
It's not true. Ask them how many inches is in a mile. If they've measured many, then the measure of one is easily told.
Tell her we measure them by weary steps.
She hears herself.
How many weary steps of many weary miles you have overgone are numbered in the travel of 1 mile?
We number nothing that we spend for you. Our duty is so rich, so infinite, that we may do it still without account. Vouchsafe to show the sunshine of your face?
My face is but a moon and cloudy too.
Blessed are clouds that do as such clouds do. Vouchsafe, bright moon, and these thy stars to shine, those clouds removed upon our watery eye.
Play music. You must do it soon. No dance. Thus change I like the moon.
Will you not dance? How come you thus estranged?
You took the moon at full, but now she's changed.
Yet still she is the moon, and I the man. The music plays. Vouchsafe some motion to it.
No, our ears vouchsafe it.
But your legs should do it.
Since you are strangers, come here by chance. Will not be nice. Take hands. We will not dance.
Well, why take the hands then?
Only to part as friends. Curtsy, sweethearts, and so the measure ends.
A more measure of this measure, be not nice.
We can afford no more at such a price.
Prize you yourselves. What buys your company?
Your absence only.
That can never be.
Oh, then we can never be bought. And so adieu twice to your visor, and half once to you.
If you deny the dance, let's hold more chats.
In private then.
I am best pleased with that.
Oh.
White-handed mistress, one sweet word with thee.
Honey, milk, and sugar. There's 3.
One word in secret.
Let it not be sweet.
Thou grievest my gall.
Gall, bitter.
Therefore, meat.
Vouchsafe with me to change of her.
Name it.
Fair lady.
Say you so. Fair lord, take that for your fair lady. Please it you as much in private, and I'll give it to you.
The tongues of mocking wenches are as keen as is the razor's edge invisible, cutting finer hairs than may be seen. Above that sense of sense, so sensible seemeth their conference. Their conceits have wings, swifter than arrows, bullets, wind, thought, fleeter things.
Not one word more! Break off, my mates, break off!
I have an outright beaten with pure scoff.
Farewell, mad wretches! You have simple bits.
Poverty and wit, oh, kingly poor flout. Will they not, think you, hang themselves tonight? Or ever but in vizards show their faces? This pert baroon was out of countenance quite.
They were all in lamentable cases.
The king was weeping right for a good word.
Well, quick baroon hath plighted faith to me.
Longaville at my service and
His sword. No point, quoth I. My servant straight was mute.
Brighter wits have worn plain statue caps, but do you hear? The king is my love sworn.
Baroon did swear himself out of all suit.
and long ago for my service was born.
All 3 sure honest as bark on tree.
Madame, the pretty mistresses, give ear. Immediately they will again be here in their own shape, for can never be they will digest this harsh indignity.
Will they return?
Oh, they will, God knows, and leap for joy, though they are lame with blows. Therefore, change favors, and when they repair, blow like sweet roses in this summer air.
Madam, if by me you'll be advised, let's mock them still, as well known as disguised. Let us describe to them what fools were here, disguised like Transylvanians in
Ladies, withdraw. The gallants are attained.
Good sir, frothiest, where's the princess?
Gone to attend, so please your majesty. Command me any service to her thither?
That she vouchsafe me audience for one word.
I will, and she will too. I know my lord.
Oh, hail, sweet madam, and fair time of day.
Fair in all hail is foul, as I conceive.
Construe my speeches better, if you may.
Then wish me better. I will give you leave.
We came to visit you, and purpose now to bring you to our court. Vouchsafe it then.
This field shall hold me, and so hold your vow. Nor God nor I delights in perjured men.
Rebuke me not for that which you provoke. The virtue of your eye must break my oath.
Oh, you nickname virtue. Vice you should have spoke, for virtue's office never breaks men's troth. Now by my maiden honor, yet as pure as the unsullied lily, I protest, a world of torments, though I should endure, I would not yield to be your house's guest. So much I hate a breaking pause to be of heavenly oaths, vowed with integrity.
Oh, you have lived in desolation here, unseen, unvisited, much to our shame.
Not so, my lord, it is not so, I swear. We have had pastimes here, right, and pleasant games. Yes, a troop of Transylvanians, but of late.
How? Transylvanians?
Aye, truth, my lord. Trim gallants full of courtship and of state.
Oh, madam, speak true. It is not so, my lord. My lady, to the manner of the days, in courtesy gives undeserving praise. We dare not call them fools, but this I think, when they are thirsty, fools would fain have drink.
This jest is dry to me, gentle sweet. Your wits make wise things foolish. When we greet, with eyes best seeing heaven's fiery eye, by light we lose light. Your capacity is that of... Your capacity is that of nature. That's your huge story. Wise things seem foolish and rich things but poor.
Well, this proves you both wise and rich, for in my eyes...
I am a fool and full of poverty.
Take what doth to you belong. It were a fault to snatch words from my tongue.
Oh, I am yours and all that I possess.
All the fool mine.
I cannot give you less.
Now, which of these vizards was it that you wore?
Where, when, what wizard? Why demand you this?
That vizard, that superfluous case that hid the worse and showed the better face.
We were described, they'll mock us now downright.
Let us confess and turn it to a jest.
Amazed, my lord. Why looks your highness sad? Help, hold his brows, he'll swoon. Why look you pale?
Thus pour the stars down, plagues for perjury. Can any face of brass hold longer out? Here stand I, lady, dart thy skill at me, bruise me with thy scorn, confound me with a flout, thrust thy sharp wit quite through my ignorance, cut me to pieces with thy keen conceit. And I will wish thee nevermore to dance, nor nevermore as Transylvanian wait. Oh, never will I trust to speech's pen, nor to the motion of a schoolboy's tongue, nor never come in vizard to my friend, nor wooing rhyme like blind harper's song. Taffeta phrases, silken terms precise, three-piled hyperbole, spruce affectation, figures pedantical. These summer flies have blown me full of maggot ostentation. I do forswear them. And here I protest that henceforth my ruling mind shall be expressed. And so to begin, wench, so help me law, my love to thee is sound, sans crack or flaw.
Songs, I pray you.
Yes, I have a trick of the old rage. Bear with me, I am sick. I will leave it by degrees. Soft, let us see. Right, the Lord have mercy on us, on these three. We are infected. In our hearts it lies. We have the plague and caught it of your eyes. These lords are visited, but you are not free, for on you the Lord's tokens do I see.
No, they are free that gave these tokens to us.
Our states are forfeit. Seek not to undo us.
It is not so, for how can this be true that you stand forfeit, being those that sue?
Peace, for I will have none to do with you.
Nor shall not, if I do as I intend.
Speak for yourselves, my wit is at an end.
Teach us, sweet madam, for our lewd transgressions some fair excuse.
The fairest is confession. Were you not here, but even now disguised?
Madam, I was.
And were you well advised?
I was, fair madam.
When you then were here, what did you whisper in your lady's ear?
That more than all the world, I did respect.
When she shall challenge this, you will reject her.
Upon mine honor, no.
Peace, forbear. Your oath once broke, you force not to forswear.
Despise me when I break this oath of mine.
I will, and therefore keep it. Cather, Rhyme.
Hey!
What said the Transylvanian in your ear?
Madam, he swore that he did hold me as dear as precious eyesight, and did value me above this world, adding thereto moreover that he would wed me or else die my lover.
God grant thee joy of him, the
What means this, madam? By my life, my troth, I never swore this lady such an oath.
Oh, my heaven, you did! And to confirm it plain, you gave me the... Take it again, sir.
My faith in this, the princess I did give, I knew her by this jewel on her sleeve.
Pardon me, sir. This jewel, did she wear? And Lord Baroon, I thank him, is my dear. What? Will you have me or your pearls again?
Neither of either. I remit both. Twain. I see the trick on it. Here was consent, knowing beforehand of our merriment to dash it like a Christmas comedy. The ladies changed favors. And then we, following the signs, wooed but the sign of she. Now to our perjury to add more terror, we are again forsworn in will and error.
Yes.
Welcome, pure wit. Thou part's to fair fray.
Oh, Lord, sir, they would know whether the three worthy shall come in or not.
What? Are there but three?
No, sir, but it is very fine for every one persons three.
Oh, okay, and 3 times thrice is 9.
Not so, sir. Under correction, sir, I hope it is not so. You cannot beg us, sir. I can assure you, sir, we know what we know. Now, I hope, sir, 3 times thrice, sir.
Is not 9.
Under correction, sir, we know where until it doth amount.
By Jove, I always took 3 threes for 9.
Oh, Lord. Sir, it were pity you should get your living by reckoning, sir.
How much is it?
Oh, Lord, sir, the parties themselves, the actors, sir, shall show where until it doth amount. For mine own part, I am, as they say, but to perfect one man in one poor swain. Pompion the Great, sir!
Art thou one of the worthies?
Well, please don't think me worthy of Pompey. For mine own part, I know not the degree of the worthy.
But I understand for him. Go bid them prepare.
What? We will turn it finally off, sir. We will take some care.
Rude, they will shame us. Let them not approach.
Then we are shame-proof, my lord, and 'tis some policy to have one show worse than the king's and his company.
I say they shall not come.
Nay, my good lord, let me o'errule you. That sport best pleases that doth least know how. Where zeal strives to content, and the contents dies in the zeal of that which it presents. Their form, confounded, makes most form and mirth when great things, laboring, perish in their birth.
A right description of our sport, my lord.
I implore so much expense of thy royal sweet breath as will utter a brace of words.
Does this man serve God?
Why ask you?
Well, he speaks not like a man of God is making.
Well, that is all one, my fair, sweet, honey monarch. For, I protest, the schoolmaster is exceeding fantastical. Too vain. Too vain. But we shall put it as they say, to fortuna I wish you the peace of mind, most royal compliments.
Here is like to be a good presence of worthies. He presents Hector of Troy, the swain, Pompey the Great, the Spaniard as Alexander, Armado's page, Hercules, the pedant, Judas, Maccabeus, and if these four worthies in their first show thrive, these four will change habits and present the other five.
There's 5 in the first show.
Oh, you are deceived, does not so.
The pedant, the braggart, the fool, and the boy. The world cannot pick out for such a game.
The ship is under sail, and here she comes amain.
Whoa!
Aye, Pompey!
Woo!
Aye, Pompey!
Yeah!
Aye, Pompey!
Okay!
Pompey, surnamed the Big.
The Great!
It is great, sir. Pompey, surnamed the Great. That often field with tars and shield did make my foes to sweat. And traveling along this coast, I hear him come by chance, and lay my arms before the legs of this sweet lass of France.
If your ladyship would say thanks, Pompey, I had done.
Great thanks. Great, Pompey.
Oh, 'tis not so much worth, but I hope I was perfect.
I made a little fault in great.
If I had to a halfpenny, Pompey proves the best worthy.
Yeah.
When in the world I lived, I was the world's commander. From east, west, north, and south, I spread my confidence. My scutcheon plate declares that I am Alexander.
Your nose says no, you are not, for it stands to right.
The conqueror is dismayed. Proceed, good Alexander.
When in the world I lived, I was the world's commander.
Most true, 'tis right, you are so, Alexander.
Pompey the Great!
Your servant and coster.
Take away the conqueror. Take away Alexander.
There are worthies that come and will speak their mind in some other sort.
When in the world I lived.
Great Hercules is presented by this imp. From killed Cerberus, three-headed Canis, and when he was a babe, a child, a shrimp, the Thus did he strangle serpents in his manus. Rhonium he seemeth in minorities. Therefore I issue this apology. Keep some state in thy exit, nor the hissers and them. Judas I am.
Oh, Judas!
Not Iscariot, sir. Judas I am. Clipped Maccabeus.
And Judas Maccabeus clipped is plain Judas.
Judas I am.
More shame to you, Judas.
Will not be put out of countenance. You have put me out of countenance.
And so adieu, sweet Jude. Oh nay, why dost thou stay?
For the latter half of his name.
Oh, for the ass to the Jude. Give him Jude ass away.
Not generous. Gentle.
Alas, poor Maccabeus, how he hath been baited.
I'm the head of Here comes Hector in arms. This cannot be Hector.
He's a god or a painter, for he makes faces.
The armor-potent Mars of lances the Almighty gave Hector a gift. Peace. The armor-potent Mars of lances the Almighty gave Hector a gift, the heir of Ilion, a man so breathed that he would fight, yea, from morn till night, out of his pavilion.
Ilion pavilion!
Lord Longaville, rein thy tongue, I will forward with my device. Sweet royalty, bestow upon me the sense of hearing.
Proceed, brave Hector. We are much delighted.
I do adore thy sweet grace's slipper.
Loves her by the foot! He may not by the yard!
As Hector so surmounted Hannibal, the party is gone.
Oh, fellow Hector, she is gone. She is 2 months on her way.
What meanest thou?
Well, faith, unless you play the honest Troyan, poor wench is cast aside. She's quick. The child brags in her belly already. 'Tis yours.
Congratulations!
Dost thou infamize me among potentates? Thou shalt die.
Then shall Hector be whipped for Tabanetta that is pleased by him, and hanged for Pompey that is dead by him.
Pompey!
Greater than great Pompey. Pompey the huge.
Hector trembles!
Pompey is moved.
Hector will challenge him!
By the North Pole, I challenge thee.
I will not fight with a pole like a northern man. I'll batch. I'll do it by the shield. I pray you let me borrow my arms again.
Room for the incense worthies.
I'll do it in my shirt.
Resolute Pompey!
Master, let me take you. What home, Lord? Do you not see Pompey is pacing for the combat? What mean you? You will lose your reputation.
Pardon me, gentlemen and soldiers. I will not combat in my shirt.
You cannot deny it. Pompey hath made the challenge.
Sweet bloods, I both may and will.
What reason have you for it?
The naked truth of it is, I have no shirts. I go woolward for penance.
True, and it was enjoined him in Rome for one to live
I bring is heavy in my tongue. Leroy, your father.
Dad. For my life.
Even so, my tale is told.
Worthies away, the scene begins to cloud.
For my noble heart, I breathe free breath. I have seen the daylight of wrong through the little hole of discretion, and I will part myself like a soldier.
How fares your majesty?
Boy, prepare. I will away tonight.
Madam, not so. I do beseech you, stay.
Prepare, I say. I thank you, gracious lords, for all your fair endeavors, and entreat out of the new sad soul that you vouchsafe in your rich wisdom to excuse or hide the liberal opposition of our spirits, if over boldly we have borne ourselves in the converse of breath. Your gentleness was guilty of it. Farewell, worthy lord. A humble heart, a heavy heart, bears not a humble tongue. Excuse me, so coming too short of thanks for my great suit, so easily obtained.
But since love's argument was first on foot, let not the cloud of sorrow jostle it from where it purposed. For to wail friends lost is not by much so wholesome profitable as to rejoice in friends but newly found.
I understand you not. My griefs are doubled.
Honest, plain words best pierce the ear of grief, and by these badges understand the king. For your fair sakes have we neglected time, played foul play with our oaths. Your beauty, ladies, hath much deformed us, fashioning our humors to the opposite end of our intents. Our love, being yours, the error that love makes is likewise yours. We to ourselves prove false by being once false forever to those who make us both. Fair ladies, you. And even that falsehood in itself a sin, thus purifies itself and turns to grace.
We have received your letters, full of love, your favors, the ambassadors of love, and in our maiden council rated them at courtship, pleasant jest and courtesy, as bombast and as lining to the time, but no word is vowed in this in our respects have we not been, and therefore met your loves in their own fashion, like a merriment.
Our letters, madam, showed much more than jest.
So did our looks.
We did not mark them so.
Now, at the latest minute of the hour, grant us your loves.
Oh, a time, methinks, too short to make a world without end bargain in. No, my lord, your grace is perjured much, full of dear guiltiness, and therefore this. If, for my love, as there is no such cause, you will do aught, this shall you do for me. Oh, your oath I will not trust. Go with speed to some remote and naked hermitage, remote from all the pleasures of the world. There stay until the 12 celestial signs have brought about the annual reckoning. If this austere, insociable life change not your offer made in heat of blood, if frosts and fasts, hard lodging, and thin weeds nip not the gaudy blossoms of your love, but that they bear this trial and last love, then, at the expiration of the year, come challenge me. Challenge by these deserts, and by this virgin palm, now kissing thine. I will be thine. Until that moment, shut my woeful self up in a mourning house, raining tears of lamentation for the remembrance of my father's death. If this thou do deny, let our hands part, neither entitled in the other's heart.
If this, or more than this, I would deny, to flatter up these powers of mine with rest, the sudden hand of death close up mine eye. Hence, hermit then! My heart is in thy breast.
But what to me, my love? But what to me? A wife?
Lush locks, fair health, and honesty. With threefold love, I wish you all these three.
Shall I say I thank you, gentle wife?
Not so, my lord. For 12 months and a day, I'll mark no words that smooth-tongued wooers say. Come to me when the king to my lady come, and if I have much love, I'll give you some.
I'll prove true and faithful till then.
Swear not, lest you be for sport again.
Studies, my lady? Mistress, look on me. Behold the window of my heart, mine eye. What humble suit attends thy answer there? Impart on me some service for thy love.
Oft I have heard of you, my lord Baroon, before I saw you, and the world's large tongue repletes you for a man replete with mocks, full of comparisons and wounding flouts, which you on all estates will execute the lie into the mercy of your wit. To weed this wormwood from your fruitful brain, and wherewithal to win me, please, without the which I'm not to be won. We shall this 12-month term from day to day visit the speechless sick and still converse with groaning wretches, and your task shall be, with all the fierce endeavor of your wit, to enforce the pain and impotent to smile.
To move wild laughter in the throat of death? It cannot be. It is impossible. Mirth cannot move a soul in agony.
And just prosperity lies in the ear of him that hears it, never in the tongue of him that makes it. Then if sickly ears, deaf with the clamor of their own dear groans, will hear your idle scores, well, continue then, and I will have you and that fault withal. But they will not. Throw away that spirit, and I will find you empty of that fault, right joyful of your reformation.
A 12-month. Well, befall what will befall, I will jest a 12-month in a hospital.
Aye, sweet my lord. And so I take my leave.
No, madam, we will bring you on your way.
A wooing doth not end like an old play. Jack hath not Jill. These ladies' courtesy might well have made our sport a comedy.
Oh, come, sir. It wants a 12-month and a day, and then 'twill end.
That's too long for a play.
Sweet Majesty, vouchsafe me.
Was that not Hector?
The worthy knight of Troy.
Oh, I will kiss thy royal finger and take leave. I am a votary. I have sworn to Jacquinetta to hold the prow for her love these 3 years. But, most esteemed greatness, will you hear the dialogue compiled by the 2 learned men? It should have followed at the end of our show.
Call them forth quickly. We will do so.
Hola, approach! No. Close your eyes, and I'll kiss you.
Tomorrow, I'll miss you.
Remember to always be true.
And then while I'm away,
I'll write home every day.
and send all my loving to you.
All my loving I will send to you. All my loving, darling, I'll be true. I'll pretend that I'm kissing those lips that I'm missing, and hope that my dreams will come true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my love to you.
The words of Mercury are harsh after the songs of Apollo. We that way, we this way.